Stores and malls are busier than ever this time of year, which means a bigger chance for accidents in their parking lot. So in this week's Know the Law, attorney Tom Sinas is here to talk about what to do if you are involved in one of these accidents, and they're extremely common, almost too scary.
It's certainly not something that people are thinking about this time of year, but the statistics are pretty amazing that 1 in 5 car accidents are actually in parking lots. And to make things worse, we also know that about 2/3 of accidents in parking lots are caused by people on their cell phones or other forms of distracted driving.
Right. That enough in itself is bad, and then you mix in all the busy shoppers, you mix in the snow. It's perfect storm.
Like you say, it is a perfect storm. So we hope it doesn't happen to anybody, but what happens if it does? Well, one thing that's a little unusual about parking lots is that many of them are considered private property. They're not public roadways. So if you're involved in an accident in a parking lot, it may not be the police who report to the scene and document what happened. It could be the owner of the property, or it may not be anybody, right? So one of the things you want to establish first, of course, if you're going to be making a claim, or if you don't know you're going to be making a claim, is that you want to get some documentation of what happened, because you may not get your typical police report that you would expect if it was an accident that occurred on a public roadway.
Right, and in any accident, big or small, that's always a good idea.
Yeah, you always got to prove that you were involved in a motor vehicle accident, which seems obvious if you know you were involved in it, but you got to prove it to someone else, and you want to have a little bit more than your word. Most of the time, thankfully, in parking lot accidents, we're talking about damage to vehicles. So Michigan has a part of our no-fault system is what we call the mini-tort system, which does not refer to a small Danish. It refers to the fact that you have a claim, a limited claim for property damage if someone else is at fault for the accident. And the limit is $1,000. So what does that mean? It means that if you and I are involved in an accident in a parking lot and it's your fault and my car is damaged, regardless of how much, the most that I can recover from you is $1,000. Which many people are surprised to hear. So what does that mean? Well, the one thing it means when you're buying insurance is that you want to have that comprehensive and collision coverage on your vehicle, because no matter what, whose fault it is, your vehicle damage is going to only be covered by that person by $1,000. So, but remember, it's there, because of course in parking lots sometimes it's not more than $1,000, and sometimes you need that $1,000 because many people have a $1,000 deductible on their collision or comprehensive coverage. So
right.
Remember the mini-tort.
Yeah.
What about no-fault benefits? Well, heaven forbid, if you're in a car accident in a parking lot and you're seriously hurt, you are entitled generally to no-fault benefits just as you would be if you were involved in a car accident on a road. Why? Well, because no-fault benefits are triggered by being involved, essentially, in a car accident. What we say, the use, maintenance, operation of a motor vehicle. And that can be in a parking lot, that can be on a roadway. So remember that you may have that claim too. Hopefully you won't need it, but it's there.
Right, and of course 1 in 5 accidents, it's not a bad thing to look into, especially this time of year.
That's exactly right. And remember, you have 1 year notice to give to your insurance company for a claim for no-fault benefits. So don't forget about that if you're involved in an accident that you think you may need treatment down the road.
Important to note. And if people need help with anything as far as parking lot accidents and beyond, where can they get hold of you?
Well, they can give us a call in West Michigan, 616-301-3333. You can find us online anywhere at www.sinasdramis.com, or shoot us an email at info@sinasdramis.
All right, Tom Sinas, thanks for helping us know the law.
Thanks a lot.